First of all, shame on you people for making me want to do this again, even in pain, because I love you so damn much.
Hey, in the name of love.
In the name of
You gotta.
It's love.
Yeah, and your passport is up to valid and stuff. You travel and stuff, all that good stuff.
Oh, I have to get a new passport, but I can figure that out.
Of course we can. We always can.
Or you can come to. So we're talking about vitamin C and vitamin D.
And I'm under the belief that the incarnation of physical Christ is vitamin C.
Sure, I agree with you on this. Vitamin D is Diana, is the mama, is the moon. So a woman had to give birth to that thing. You feel me?
It's the cooling. Because it's the cooling.
The O point. See, he's blushing. Of course he is. Now watch this.
You already knew it. We already knew it. I
Now
told
watch
him vitamin C is the sun, vitamin D is the moon.
Exactly. Yes. So also earlier we spoke on the AC, and DC is the vitamin C, and the vitamin D need to be together for a Washington DC. Jay, I can kind of dig that. DC Comics, you pop culture people, wake up. You're awesome. But
I can dig it.
yes. Now, vitamin C is very beautiful. C is the third letter for your Trimurti, your Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, your Father, Son, Holy Spirit, your Three's Company, Three Stooges. You want to have a threesome? People, it's okay. Don't be prudish. Love yourselves if you're that way. Just don't hurt anybody, right? So vitamin C, right, is an expansion of the D. Now, if you watch the moon, when it's a waxing gibbous, she makes the letter D. She's half of herself. She's half the person she used to. What's that term they say? Oh, you're half the man you used to be. The moon is half. You cannot land on something, NASA, that disappears for 3 days, vitamin C. Okay? There's a new moon. It becomes new, and it's a damn illusion because half of it's a circular, invisible circle with a crescent. You can't land on that. I'm sorry, I had to go do a little,
No, you had to do that.
Well, let me ask you this. You guys say vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin E. What about vitamin E?
The fifth one.
Being the fifth one.
Nice.
Which vitamin E is good for vision and the reproduction and blood.
Hair, skin, all of that, like epidermis type of things.
Well, vitamin comes from vitrea. Vitrea is a part of your eyeball. Vitreous, victorious. Vitreous.
Vitruvius.
Oh, Vitruvian man.
Exactly.
Oh, you messed up. People of color waking up. I'm sorry.
You know, Vitruvian man was the beginning of all illnesses, the very first introduction to illness. The Vitruvian man is a man and a woman.
Mark us, Vitruvius, polio.
Polio is letting us know that he's marking us for polio. The Vitruvian originated to all illness. And you notice a woman standing behind him because you can see the woman's hips in the back and the woman's breasts. And you're looking at illness and you're looking at scurvy when you look at the Vitruvian man, because when they talk about scurvy, they talk about the word scruffy, and you can look at the coils of the coils in his hair. The Vitruvian man look like the number 6, and that's why they talk about the 666 in the hair, the mark of the beast. It's all the Vitruvian man. I know about the Vitruvian man. He talks to me. I'm telling you, they talk to me.
I'm going to tell you how I understand how the Vitruvian men and us have been formed. So you have a blowfish. Blow up. I'm going to blow up, yo. Are you overblown? Okay, so vitreous means to be glass-like in etymology. Now, what is a glass blower? This is my theory now. When I'm watching the sun and I'm solar gazing, I'm seeing this thing moving, and there's something breathing in this moving piece of liquidy glass-like misty thing. So that means that we're being inflated. What is inflation? Inflation's up the roof. They even use it against us in the damn banking system. The bank is the river bank. We should know this. Stole that from the damn lake. I don't care how polluted it is. Don't you take away the symbolism of my rivers because you polluted it. Can't go in that water. I can't go in McDonald's. Right? I can't go in your church because I'm barefoot, because I don't eat whatever animals or I believe in astrology. I can't go there. I didn't get this thing, so I can't. That happened to me. It was a play. Ironically, they wanted me to play Black Jesus about the Spanish Inquisition. It was a theater, and they wanted me to be the center. I'm not kidding.
I
And I said,
believe you.
yes. Oh, of course. They sent me the email. They said, I got this. I signed the contract through the email, did the whole measurements, you know what I'm saying? And then a week later, they said, did you get this? And I said, no, I don't believe in that. I said, oh, I'm sorry, you can't be in the play then. Ooh.
God bless you.
Oh, yeah. But then I told them, I said, did you research that Pfizer settled for a what is it, $1 billion fraud back in some 2002? And the FDA, it's in the federal court. They got taken to court for being fraudulent. Did you know this? So I emailed them this, but when you're intellectual, when you're into science and Einstein only and not common sense, and you were a 1-year-old who asked damn questions, you begin to lose that compassion and empathy. The vitamin E is for to be an empath, right? All paths are paths. Are you walking the path? If you fell off the path, it was still a path. You changed your attitude on that damn path. Why would you change the path? You are the path. You are the way. So when someone says to me, oh, I'm so sorry, I was in your way. I said, no, you weren't in my way. You are the way. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, I know. Isn't it cool to feel like someone gets you? As opposed to how you doing? Oh, how much money are you making? Oh, vacation, where are you going? Did you get this? What you eating tonight? I mean, is that going to save us from an economy crashing and your self-esteem? Is it high or is it low? Right? If it's low, the first one's going to break your neck for some chicken or for some vegan meat. You know where I'm going here. The Black Friday. God bless you, Black Friday people. With the tent. You out
I've
there.
never been Black Friday, not once in my life.
But we was in Holland. We lived in Holland for a couple of years, and we was away, and we heard stories, and it was embarrassing about how Black people got into fights and somebody got killed over that Popeye's chicken sandwich. And it was so embarrassing because
Wow.
listen, man, we heard somebody killed somebody over that chicken sandwich.
Are you
And then
serious?
Yep. And me and Ariel got back to America.
Where was this again?
This happened in America, but we were in Holland. We were living in Holland. Yeah, we lived in Holland for a couple of years, and we heard the story when it was over there. We were just so embarrassed because it was like, man, somebody in Atlanta or maybe Houston killed somebody over this chicken sandwich. So we were just like, so then COVID happened, so we knew it was going down, and we knew we had to go to hide in South America. Another long story. You got stories? Can you dig it? We got a couple. We got back to Texas, and we got the chicken sandwich, and yeah, I killed a nigga over it.
That's the thing.
You ate that shit?
You think you ate that shit?
You ain't eat that shit.
Let me tell you something.
Listen to me.
It was like crack. It was like crack. We had to pull ourselves away from it completely.
We hadn't had food in like 3 years. Like that food.
How long ago was this? How long ago was this?
This was This is the beginning of COVID.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like before, it was the beginning of COVID, and we was in Holland, and we had got real skinny because
we went completely alkaline.
And then we went to Africa. Then they tried to murder us in Africa.
A lot had happened. Let's just say that a lot happened.
We were on a plane fight.
Eat the leg of the rhinoceros. You eat this, brother. Eat the horn of the giraffe. Eat.
Exactly.
You know what? When I got to Africa, it was the best experience I ever had in my life. And I was so ashamed of myself because I watched what happened in Africa and how they make us so afraid of Africa. And when I got to Africa, Africa was just as bougie as everybody else. And the thing where I got in Africa, and it was like Africa was a dream to me. Like people don't know, like if you're Black and you haven't been to Africa, you have no
exactly.
idea.
You feel like you accomplished it, and then all to find out that all the connection that they manifested in your mind to have to that place, you're not even attached to. You don't even have any kind of.
But the feeling in Africa,
the energy is amazing. Have you been?
Okay, so I danced in Senegal.
Okay, tell me about it.
the not being looked at,
How did you feel?
The
How
not
did you
being
feel
looked
when
at.
you
That's
got
the
there
thing.
though?
not being stared at or being the black guy. Man, that
I'll,
feeling.
I'll tell you what I experienced there. So
Mm.
there was a lot of poverty, right? So then, of course, there was a lot of constant people that would come up and say, because I was black, they would be like, brother, please, you are like me, please
Yeah.
help me. So I noticed that was the only sort of way of communicating with each other, right? And I felt awkward because, I mean, at the time I wasn't really woke. I was in a hotel with this big ass company and shit. We were dancing a ballet called Bolero on this red.
You were dancing to the ballet. Of course, you was doing something fancy.
Of course, that's it. I'm fancy. I do. Damn it. Anyway, so I was there, and yeah, it's pop culture. So it's this idea of pop culture that has transformed every culture. So America is this melting pot of, let's just say, tons of energy and image and ideas and freedom, and you make things happen, and everywhere else sucks, apparently. There are temples that we can't build in America, in India right now that are, I mean, I stare at them and I'm like, go to Yangon, Thailand and see the damn temples of Buddha. I mean, it's insane. And some of them were built by the French people. I didn't even know that. The French people helped them to restore the sacred geometry of these. So we got to be careful of, they were only this and that. It's called knowing how to build stuff and knowing the truth that the body's the temple. And that if we go back to the old temples and look at the structures and the ziggurats and look at your six pack, you got bricks down there. When you're shooting a ball, it's bricks when you miss it. Am I a master builder or am I a master bullshitter? Am I a wrecking ball, Miley Cyrus? Real talk. Someone's breaking down our system, our immune or our Amun Ra, the sun system that's powered by having a relationship with the sun and the moon. It's basic math. But the Phoenicians, Phoenicia, Phoenix, yeah, this bloodline has had this power, this, let's say, manipulation of ether. I do it with numbers, they do it with light. Except they've met their match because the number is the light. The number makes the light.
Well, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but the light now belongs back to humanity again. I don't know if Raphael shared it with you. I own the light solely right now. It's me. My technology that I patented that involves eye care.
Yeah.
I literally own the whole vision eye care system.
Wow.
Yeah, no one knows it yet.
Explain.
Okay.
Explain.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. I fixed a little thing called preventable blindness. That's why the professors who are on my board are MIT professors. In the process of fixing this thing called preventable blindness.
They were on his board.
Were on
They
my
are
board.
not anymore.
No, my
I
board.
want to be clear.
Yeah.
This is
When
before I knew.
when you have a solution, no one cares.
Yeah.
There
Well-
you go.
Well, no, the solution was fine because I had a solution where I can make any pair of prescription glasses by hand in a minute without a machine.
Nice.
No matter what prescription, I've eliminated all lens thickness. My technology does any pair of glasses better than any machine in the world by hand in a minute, sometimes 30 seconds, no matter what the prescription, no matter how strong. Something that takes a machine 2 weeks or a month to do, I can do in 30 seconds, and the precision is better than any machine in the world. So the MIT folks they loved that. And they were talking Nobel Prize and even sent me over to Germany to go to some children's conference in Berlin, which I'm realizing is a pedophile thing. Dig it. So everything was great until when I realized that this particular process that I'd learned was a new science. And I was able to turn this into a new career, a new process that I could train. And my dumb black ass says, hey, you know what? I can train people and do this career for free. And I can turn a 10-year-old into an eye doctor in a week. And they try to murder me in Africa. And then they try to murder me in Mexico.
Literally?
Then they try to murder me in Compton. Yes, sir. Yeah, wow. I fixed blindness. I fixed preventable blindness, worldwide preventable blindness. Matter of fact, they put the emails up. So I met with the Indian government to show them something called unrefracted error preventable blindness, the cure. Upon meeting them, the Indian government, I'll share the email and they'll let you know, and I'll show you our videos and our pictures and my lecturings over in the London School of Hygiene over in tropical medicine over at the smart
London.
in the smart group place, Cambridge, all the smart group. And you're gonna see a video of them smiling with me because you know how Indian people love going to London to meet black dudes from Baltimore. You know how much they love doing that.
Right.
But you have the Indian government recognizing that worldwide blindness has now been fixed. Unrefracted error is fixed. And this is the worldwide solution. And this technology that's been offered for free to the world only costs 32 cents. So right now, where they're charging in upwards of $700 per person, now it's available for 32 cents. And now, not a machine, your son, you, your cousin, your grandmother can now do this without going to school for this.
Wow.
So January 2020, we're the reason why COVID happened. I promise you, but you'll get the rest later. So January 2020, when COVID started happening, we were starting camps in India. So I want you to understand that if I'm doing all the eyeglasses and eye exams for the country in India, brother, I'm the richest man in the world, right? If that's true.
Right.
If that's true, if I'm doing all the glasses and the eye exams for the country of India, doesn't that make me the richest man in the world? Because are they not going to do the same thing in China and in Africa and Brazil and the rest of the world? So if I can show you emails and videotapes, it's online, by the way. If I can show you all that, wouldn't that make me the richest man in the world? So then if I go to Africa and I go to Niger and then I go to Ghana and set them up with vision, that still makes me the richest man in the world, even richer, right? So then when I'm flying to Poland to give it to Poland on March the 13th, the exact same day Bill Gates gets fired, they try to murder me on the plane. It's videotape. We got recordings of it. So it's weird how these things keep happening. So
where are you at now?
That's why we ate Popeyes. That's why we ate Popeyes.
So
It got to him. It got to him. The pressure was a bitch. The pressure
all
was.
these. So let me tell you how it went down. Let me tell you how it went down because this is the part that I've been wanting to get to all night. That's been so fantastic.
Got you.
Once we started doing this, once we started with the India contract, I went and purchased and manufactured all the equipment. So we have right now I got about $20 million of equipment with me right now in processing, frame, all that stuff. So we were in place to start the clinics in India. We'll show you the emails and Raja, you can post them. So for the people who want to say that I'm a liar, you can look at the emails for yourself and everything. So before going to India, my dumb ass decides to call the International Association for the Prevention of Blindness to explain to them, hey guys, hello, the International Association for the Prevention of Blindness. We've got the fix and hey, we're giving it to you. And for your own viewing pleasure, it's on my Rumble page. You can listen and watch the video for yourself and listen to what happens when you're trying to give away the International Association for the Prevention of Blindness, when you give them the cure for the International Association for the Prevention of Blindness, okay? So during the phone call in the video, you'll see the gentleman says, the CDC and my boss just sent me another email saying that they are against this. So what ended up happening was the International Association for the Prevention of Blindness hid the International Prevention for Blindness and stopped my India deal.
Interesting.
But more interesting than that, what I'm trying to explain to people is this. If you do not do the right thing, it is in the stars, I swear to God. Let me give you a little brief reading of what happens when you, Philip Hoare, the gentleman's name who works for the International Association for the Prevention of Blindness, his name is Philip Hoare, okay? So what I explained to you is this. He literally hid the cure for blindness or he thought he did, because he don't realize that that's not gonna work with me. I don't dig with that frequency. They're gonna hide something from me. Can you dig? You can't hide anything from me.
No.
From
No.
6 billion people going blind, brother. So let me tell you why he did it. So for all of the people who work for the International Association for the Prevention of Blindness, who currently still work there, and all of the associates of the people who work for the International Association for the Prevention of Blindness, and all of its affiliates, something is happening on May the 1st. And you better get in line and tell the truth to the world by May the 1st. And if you don't, I swear to God that what's happened to Philip Hoare is going to happen to each and every one of you. So let me let you know what happens to you when you sit back and watch these things take place. Whoa.
Yeah.
This is Nostradamus' book.
Nice.
And this is called chapter 11. Okay? It's
That's
called,
our number, 11.
you know, 11 for me, 11. So that might be a coincidence, like all these other things coincidence. Like I sold my block for $2 million, and 2 weeks before I was getting paid, they burnt down 3 of my stores. Coincidences. But you know, these coincidences keep happening. It says, chapter 11, the future is today. And this is Nostradamus.
Got you.
The great credit of gold and abundance of silver will cause honor to be blinded by lust. The offense of the adulterer will become known, which will occur to his great dishonor. Oh my God. See, I read all of this and I understand everything. So I'm gonna read it to you again.
Yeah.
The great credit of gold and abundance of silver will cause honor to be blinded by lust. The offense of the adulterer will become known, which will occur, which will be his great dishonor. So what you have is this, my friend. You cannot hide blindness from 6 billion people. That's first off. You cannot work for the International Association for the Prevention of Blindness and be the person to hide the cure to humanity. I told you when I told you that once I talked to you that we would connect and you're part of this story. And for everyone involved, I've been emailing Mr. Philip Hoare for the past couple of months, begging him to please tell the truth so I don't have to place shame on him and his family. But this is what has to be done. And it's not my intention to place shame. It is to do what needs to be done. And these aren't my words. These are God's words and Basquiat's photos, but this is Nostradamus telling you. So, Mr. Philip Hoare, let me be the first to tell you, if you don't already know, the woman who tricked you into hiding the secret for blindness, who you had an affair with, was a scheme. She was called a honeypot. You were set up. She set you up. So I want you to know, I hope that you're not married, because I would need your wife to know that the woman that you had your affair with that convinced you to hide the cure for blindness was a honeypot, and she set you up. And because of that, your name has been written in a book, and the name Hoare is why we use the word whore. You research what the word whore means, a Germanic definition, and it's spelled his name 3 different ways. It's Hoare. His name, literally, swear to God, his last name is Hoare. So you understand his frequencies. You understand where does that word whore comes from? You understand that one man sold out blindness to all of humanity, and he works for an association that's there to prevent it. And only one kind of person could do that. My brother, what kind of person would do something like that?
A whore.
Well,
There you go. A whore.
I would say yes. Well, there's the whore of Babylon, but we should be careful with what that really means, because when we look at mythology is real, right? So there's always families fighting families, right? And betrayal. One rises up and then loses their way. Then there's a hero that comes in and has to then say, well, listen, I got to clean up your shit and I'm going to have to battle with you now. I'm sorry, you pushed me too far, which is what the Bhagavad Gita is about. It is. It's like this guy has to go and whoop ass to his relatives who are freaking demonic.
That's
And he's
it. That's
Man,
it. And
I don't-
literally, everyone who bears his name is going to have to change their name. You understand that Nostradamus specifically said that his honor is going to cause him to be blinded by lust. He works for the International Association for the Prevention of Blindness. You understand that you
Yeah.
can't do that. I swear to God, you can't do that. My mentor's name is in here too. When I get back to you next time we talk, Raphael.
Well, I'll
It's
tell
in
you,
these books, man. And so
I'll
it's like
tell you
sometimes
also-
people tell the truth. Please tell the truth.
well, when you think of the term papal see, the Pope, the see, to see, okay, research see. Okay, what is maritime admiralty law? The law of the sea.
Right.
What is it doing in your system of humanity and to judge if you were good or bad? Why? And it's a broken thing. It's about a dead energy. So here's the problem with corporations. My brother, I would just tell you this. I mean, I think you already know this. Go independent. I'm sure you already have. That's a great idea. You don't need anybody. I wouldn't even waste my time because here's the thing about this. I've also had it happen to me where I was involved in something when I was the dancer. I was bad mouth. They would talk shit about what I was doing. They would over exaggerate my story. I had an ex-lover break into my email and email a dance school pornography to keep me with her because I gave her my password. Okay, I've been through weird, insane.
Hey,
like,
man.
why would
Hey.
someone do that?
Man, you don't give a woman your password, man. Under no circumstances you ever get. I don't care what. I
I'm
don't
a
care what
Taurus.
happened. If they
You don't
torture
know your
you don't give a woman
astrology.
password.
You don't know your astrology. my nigga.
Tauruses
Listen,
love
listen.
everybody.
If somebody got a
I'm
gun to your hand and say, "What's your password?" You just say, "Man, just go ahead and do it."
Listen,
Just do
she was Caribbean from Canada. What am I gonna do? All right. It was a Toronto thing. All right. I trusted this person. Okay. But my point is this. I had some pretty dark thoughts when those things happened because I have a name in the teaching industry. And what she did was that echoed and rippled into my personal life. It messed up my image. So I got dark. I got a bit angry. I was kind of cursing a lot, speaking to the sky and shit. I wasn't really woke yet, but I'll tell you this. Allowing it to seep through you and then going your own course and suffering a bit and taking some losses will make you even better for people that are suffering. And the karma, brother, the karma and rewards you receive. And I believe it's a journey in the afterlife. And it's the stuff that you do for others that matters and the things that you build for yourself for others. Corporations do not do that. Corporations build with the logo. They build with the data. They have to have the numbers. They have to have the time. And then they have the punch clock. My damn punch clock is called Chronos. I swipe in, it's called Kronos, Father Time is
Wow.
Saturn. If astrology is not real, then why is Saturn a freaking car? Okay?
Exactly.
Real shit. So your corporations, first of all, it's a corpse. Now, what is the Vatican City built upon but the city of the dead? Comes from them. I'm not damning Rome or every pope, but it's got to change. Well, how does it change, Jay? You change your diapers. You and me have to change.
Oh,
We have to change as a whole earth movement and let go of all of these differences and unify.
it's about to happen. Okay, so something happened in 1607. 1607. At 1607, there was a great event that took place in 1607. And 13 years after that event was 1620. And, I'm sorry, 1622. Remember, because there was, okay, 1622.
Was the market.
That was something that took place in 1622. So we looked at what happened in 1622. We looked back 13 years from 1622, and looking back 16 years from 1622, you had a tragedy that was known as the. Let me go ahead. This is this is actually yours.
Everything that we do is ours.
I'm saying the
Good answer.
this is 1622, but what happened in this was this is the what happened after, but this is before. We need to get to them before then. So let me know what happened in 16.
Well, let me add this quickly. 1607 or the number 617 is my area code for Boston. Okay?
Right, that's right. That is 617.
Here's what's funny about this. This also happens with the prime numbers of my birth name are also time periods. Okay, so the prime numbers of my name are 1, 3, 5, and 7. If you research any time period, those numbers are everywhere. So this is the thing. We also have to get past our amnesia. What we're doing right now in this podcast, this isn't even a podcast. This is getting past our amnesia. And for those that are awake, and I mean not just, I don't mean like awake where, you know, you shared a video and a meme, you know what I'm saying? Or you think you're the first this or the first that. No, I mean, what are you doing for yourself? Are you building something? Do you have a skill? And are you humble with it? And do you have the fire to defend it? Do you give a shit or you get rolled over? Because we don't want to get rolled over with us either. I'm a tough guy, but it's, you know, I don't want someone to break my neck when I'm trying to save a child from being raped or stolen or eaten or whatever the hell could happen, or my shit taken because everyone else decided, well, fuck it. We'll let Christ get crucified. It was more of them than the damn Romans when that story happened, and they watched him get his ass whooped.
Right.
Yeah, the Christians. And they saw him on Sunday. They were like, yeah, I'm gonna see you. Oh shit, like, I forgot you're dead. Shame on you. It's like low self-esteem is killing us, man. Oh, I can't do that. I don't dance. I don't rap. I can't be an inventor. I'm ugly. No one will ever like me. Come on, dude. Or do that. That's old, man. If that was the case, you wouldn't have even been a sperm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Something made you a sperm to make you exist, to make you relevant. And that itself should be by default, you're good enough. The sperm itself, you could go on for infinity explaining a sperm.
Right.
Wow. Have you thought about that? Before you're even a body, you're a liquid serpent. Never mind, you humble. I'm not this body here. And when you get hungry, notice when you get hungry, you see little black like circles in the sky.
Right.
You
Why?
see that? And you start to, yeah, because you're getting high. It's your DMT kicking in. It's your pineal gland is decalcifying. You're shedding all that crap you ate, and you're opening and seeing the illusionary serpent world. You have nagas, which means serpent. Naga is also nigga. So racist people, you'll love this one. For you rednecks who are racist, I love you. When you call someone a nigger, you're also a nigger. Because you have a reptilian brain, because nigga is naga, and naga is a reptilian. So we're all nagas. So knock it off, or Nagasaki.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
It's a new day, man. Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go? You porch monkey. You didn't like Curious George? Right? Tell them that. Tell them that shit. Be like, you porch monkey. Did you not read Curious George when you were 10? Shut the fuck up.
It's about, in Boston. In Boston, being from Baltimore, we know all the racist words.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I'll never forget being called a nigger. The first time I was called a nigger in Toronto. Woo!
By who?
It was in the boarding school. It was the National Ballet School of Canada. And ironically, me and this guy became friends after we squashed it. But basically, I was in the boarding school. I was the hip hopper. I had the flat top, the only black kid, right? In this Canadian school. And there were a lot of battles about stuff. And one day I was like, because my mom told me, and she would school me. She said the Beatles were influenced by black music, right? My mom would tell me shit like this. We know this, right? Rock and roll, jazz, we get it, right? We can kind of just. So I said this one time, and I guess they got tired of me saying this. And I kind of see that. I'm in grade 9, I got a flat top. Whenever you're playing the Beatles, I come in, did you know that was started off by black people? I mean, I would do shit like that kind of, but I was also kind of. So, one day they got mad about it. One guy, got mad. He put me against a wall and he said all this horrible stuff about your people should be hung and burned and you don't know anything. And I was in grade 9 and I was shaking. I was small. He was bigger than me and I couldn't defend myself. I'll never forget the feeling because my mom would also physically do the same kind of shit with her hands and touch me and say things, but not like about race, but she would call me names and shit. So now that's taking me back to how to absorb trauma, okay? Never mind just being called racial shit, right? Being able to handle anyone's noise is very advised today. Absorbing it and not stooping, because it's going to be off the chain, but you're going to be challenged like you would not believe boo-boos today. You know that. If you didn't do this, you're a bad person. You're a murderer. If you sneeze, you're a murderer, okay? If you didn't watch TV, then you're not real. If you didn't vote, then you're a traitor. What about the Middle East and my tax dollars? And what about Afghanistan and Libya right now? And who bombed Libya but a black man? His name is Obama Nation. Who told him to do it? A white lady. Did he say no? He said, yep, okay, Hillary, I'll do it. Clinton too, the Bill Clinton guy, and even Abraham Lincoln, these guys were all good. People had to die for them to be. If anyone has to die when you're in power, you suck.
Lincoln was voter fraud.
Period.
Of course it was. If we're born for war, we wouldn't even exist. The sperm wouldn't even make me. This is stupid.
So
So check this out. We got a minute left. So whatever you want to say.
So really briefly, I would like to reintroduce the amazing story of Hiawatha. I just got back into it, and it's fantastic. And he reintroduced the theory called the law of
The great law of peace.
the great law of peace. And it found that if we stop fighting, we're safer, and we're more fortified, and we're more protected from wars if we're at peace with each other. And I think we need to revisit that. Hiawatha is my new hero.
Well, it's only about 40 seconds left. I want to say thank you, Hare Krishna, to all of you, and Om Ahum Vajraguru Padma Siddhi, a sutra. Thank you to Raphael, the YouTube, and both of you. I mean, Santana, Ariel, the names. I mean, it's our time. And listen, regardless of diet, war will stop also when we stop harming animals.
You're
Yes.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm
It's
getting
bad,
scared.
boo. They don't get no attention.
No, Raphael got me. When Raphael broke it down easy and said we don't like the taste of meat, we like this how we taste, season it. Man, I can't eat it. It clicked.
That was a
And
great, yeah, good for you, man. Yeah, good one.
Oh yeah, I'm